Hello there, welcome back to my views and news. Three new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, after days of fighting, it seems Fano fighters have taken control of a town in Gujum, strategic town situated along a main road which passes through Gujum. This is one of those towns where Fano fighters announced to establish a government a few weeks ago. Secondly, UN Inquiry Commission on Ethiopia's mandate extension. Is the mandate going to be terminated? It seems that the mandate could be terminated. Tigrayans are protesting, Tigrayan diaspora demanding the extension of the mandate, but according to an expert, the mandate could be terminated. Details for you. Thirdly, viewers, the rivalry, the animosity between Eritrean diaspora groups is turning violent. We have seen clashes in different countries of the world now. In Israel, an Eritrean has been stabbed to death. Who killed him? Reports are coming in about likely involvement of Eritreans. Eritreans killed an Eritrean. Details for you in this video. Firstly, viewers, the Fano fighters a few weeks ago announced the establishment of governments, local governments in some towns of the Amhara region. We saw that in Wollo, Vagaltana was their headquarters, where Colonel Fantahun Muhabao led Fano group announced to be in control. We saw pictures of the colonel, his comrades from the town, and in Gojam, in Martole Mariam, Fano fighters announced full control of the town and they announced to establish a local government. Martole Mariam was one of the first towns in Gurjam where Fano fighters announced to establish a government. Though Fano fighters are not in a position to establish fully functional governments. At the same time, Ethiopian government is also not in a position to run the affairs, administrative affairs in most parts of Gurjam. So basically, there is lawlessness in most parts of East and West Gurjam. So Fano fighters were in full control of Martole Mariam. Martole Mariam is a strategic place because it is situated along a main road which connects Mota with the Debrework. The road which passes through East Gurjam passes through Martole Mariam. Military around a week ago launched an offensive on Martole Mariam. Objective was that Fano must be expelled and local government should be put in place in Martole Mariam. For almost a week, we have been seeing fighting in Martole Mariam, around Martole Mariam, for the control of the town. Urban combat, close quarter combat between Fano and military in Martole Mariam. And after week-long fighting, it seems Fano fighters have secured control of Martole Mariam. They are clearing the town. Military is not heavily deployed in Martole Mariam now. Military is withdrawing towards outskirts. Military maybe is waiting for reinforcements. That is why military withdrew from Martole Mariam. In Mota, which is situated along this road towards Bahidar, we saw heavy clashes between military and Fano fighters. I think both are still in Mota. Military and Fano fighters are in control of different territories in Mota. So it's not that Fano fighters can receive large-scale reinforcements from Mota. to secure control of it's not possible for military to send supplies from Mota towards Mertolemarium because Mota is already under pressure. So supplies will have to come from some other direction. But so far, Fano fighters seem to be in control of Mertolemarium. This road, it means the road which passes through East Gurjam, again, it is not usable. Military cannot use this road for movement towards Bahirtai. Same is the case with other road too, West Gurjam road too. We have seen clashes along these two roads. Both roads have been made unusable by these Fano fighters for military. So military basically cannot send reinforcements from Oromia to Gurjam because very close to Debre Morkos, these supplies are ambushed. And then if military goes deeper into Gurjam, these ambush style attacks increase by Fano fighters. Secondly, it seems that UN Inquiry Commission on Ethiopia's mandate is going to be terminated. More than a year ago, UN Human Rights Council formed an inquiry commission, an investigative commission to conduct inquiry into human rights abuses committed in Tigray, Amhara, Afar regions during the 2-year-long Tigray war. Voting was held at UN Human Rights Council. Ethiopia, along with almost all African countries, opposed the formation of the commission. European Union, US, they backed the formation of the commission. The commission was formed, a 3-member commission. Ethiopia never allowed the commission to conduct on-the-ground investigations. Commission members were not allowed to visit Tigray, Amhara, Afar regions. They only conducted remote interviews, and Ethiopia tried to defund the commission too. When voting was held at Union General Assembly to approve budget for this commission, again Ethiopia opposed the funding for the commission. Tigray government TPLF last year strongly supported the formation of the commission. But Ethiopia opposed. Commission members, they have submitted some reports at Human Rights Council sessions, but the reports were prepared through remote interviews because commission members were not allowed to visit Ethiopia. Now, commission's mandate is expiring and it has submitted its report to Human Rights Council. Its mandate extension is under consideration, but reportedly mandate is not going to be extended. Martin Wittenween is an advisor. He served as advisor to this commission. And in an interview, he said that the commission's mandate could be terminated. Why? Firstly, no African support. No African country is supporting the extension of the mandate of the commission, firstly. US and EU have changed their interests as well. It means they are not proactively pursuing the extension of the mandate of this commission. Let's see, so far decision has not been made. Tigrayan diaspora is protesting, calling for extension of the mandate. Tigray, 3 opposition parties and TPLF have issued separate statements calling for extension of the mandate. Tigray interim government relatively silent. It is on board with Ethiopian federal government. So Tigray wants some changes to indigenous transitional justice mechanism because it wants accountability mainly of Eritrean military. And Eritrean military cannot be held accountable by any transitional justice mechanism. So Tigray wants Eritrea to be held accountable either by UN Inquiry Commission or by some Ethiopian indigenous investigative mechanism. Ethiopian indigenous mechanism cannot investigate Eritrean military. Let's see what happens. I think all parties have lost interest in the work of this commission, including Tigray. Poor Tigrayans who suffered, Amharas suffered too, Afars too. Tigrayans suffered more in terms of human rights abuses. No one will get justice. That is what I've been saying for the last 2 years. Because All these parties want selective justice. They don't want their groups to be held accountable. Eritrea has been denying involvement in human rights abuse since day one, and Eritrea also rejected the formation of the commission. So no one is going to be held accountable. Commission's mandate is likely to be terminated. Thirdly, viewers, bitter animosity between Eritrean diaspora groups is turning violent. I have been proposing, if you remember, that these Eritrean diaspora communities should interact. They should sit, they should exchange views, seminars, conferences should be held. They should learn how to exchange views peacefully. Yes, they can continue their protests too, but the new strategy adopted by Brigade Nihamido members, opposition Eritrean group, has led to start of violence. Israel, where around 2 weeks ago, there happened a clash between Eritrean pro-government and anti-government elements. More than 100 were injured in that clash. Dozens were arrested by Israeli government, and some are still in custody. A trial is underway for the deportation of those involved in this violence. Now, horrific news from Tel Aviv, Israel, where an Eritrean has been stabbed to death. It happened on Monday. Dead body has been found. It happened in Hativka neighborhood of Tel Aviv, Israeli capital. And in Tel Aviv, there were clashes between Eritrean groups around 2 weeks ago. And in those clashes, some people were armed. They fired live bullets. Police fired live bullets too, but reportedly some Eritreans also fired live bullets. That is why more than 10 people received bullet wounds. Victim who has been stabbed to death is from Eritrean opposition group. And according to police, pro-Eritrean government Eritreans could be involved in this attack. Police is investigating the matter. If any pro-Eritrean government individual is involved, it shouldn't come as a surprise, because we are seeing heightened tensions between Eritrean pro-Eritrean government and opposition groups across the world, in Europe, Israel, Canada, America, and no progress towards reconciliation so far. The gap, the gulf is widening, and instead of interactive dialogue, violence is being witnessed. I think those Eritreans who are acceptable to both parties, they should try to intervene. Otherwise, you'll keep on seeing such episodes of violence in Europe, America, and Canada. Thank you for watching.